Welcome to Talkpoint, your reliable source for verified updates from across the United States and around the world. Former President Donald Trump is making headlines once again, this time for remarks that raised eyebrows during a recent campaign rally. While speaking about constitutional powers and law enforcement, Trump appeared to stumble when mentioning habeas corpus, a foundational legal principle that protects individuals from unlawful detention. Habeas corpus, Latin for "you shall have the body," ensures that no person can be held in custody without being brought before a judge. It's a cornerstone of American law that limits the government's power to detain individuals without cause. During his speech, Trump seemed to confuse the term, calling it something like habeas or corpus or whatever. The moment quickly spread across social media, drawing attention from legal scholars, journalists, and political commentators. Constitutional experts had clarified that habeas corpus is not for flexible political tool but a fundamental right enshrined in both the US Constitution and centuries of legal precedents. They noted that the concept can only be suspended under extreme circumstances such as wartime or national rebellion, and even then it remains heavily restricted. Trump's remarks come at a time when his campaign has been focusing on law and order, border control, and executive authority, issues that continue to energize his base but raise concern among legal analysts. Meanwhile, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has responded sharply to recent comments by Trump, in which the former president suggested that political opponents could face jail time if he returns to office. Pritzker, a Democrat and frequent Trump critic, called the idea authoritarian and said it demonstrates a misunderstanding of how democracy and the rule of law function. Speaking from Springfield, Pritzker told reporters that threatening to jail political rivals is something we see from dictatorships, not for leaders in a free nation. He argued to Republican officials to condemn such language and reaffirm their commitment to constitutional norms. Political observers note that this exchange highlights a growing tension between Trump and Democratic leaders as the 2025 campaign season intensifies. Analysts also point out that Trump's repeated focus on retribution and accountability has become a central theme of his rallies. A strategy that appeals to his loyal supporters while alienating moderates and independents. In the aftermath of Trump's habeas corpus remarks, social media users and commentators have turned the moment into both a teaching point and a meme, reflecting how legal terminology can take on a life of its own in modern political discourse. Experts say the controversy serves as a reminder of how vital constitutional literacy is, not just for leaders but for all citizens, especially in a time when political rhetoric can blur the lines between fact and misunderstanding. For now, Trump has not publicly clarified his comments, and his campaign continues to emphasize his touch on crime stance. Governor Pritzker, on the other hand, says he will continue to challenge any rhetoric he believes undermines democratic values. As the 2025 election approaches, debates around executive power, the rule of law, and accountability are likely to remain at the center of the national conversation. This is Talkpoint, where verified facts take priority over opinion. This is Talkpoint, where verified facts take priority over opinion. Stay informed, stay aware, and subscribe for more factual updates on American politics and national news.